So even though we understood that there was no way either our government or any government could enter Ukraine to get anybody out, getting to Poland, getting my family to Poland was the difficult part. But once we got there, and the support while getting there, the support was immense. They were all the time constantly writing, supporting us, giving us hope. Iva Lopez, Ernest, Mr. Picardo wrote to me straight, directly to me. And once we got to Poland, it has been constant help, attention, accommodation paid for, food. They have helped us to get the cards for the kids, the ID cards for the kids, the emergency passports, helping us get even a COVID test done. They're all covered, flights covered. So Ernest came to us. He stayed with us to make sure that nothing happened to us, that we just managed to cross and come here to Gibraltar, driving us here. It's been constant help, non-stop, and that I am absolutely grateful for, definitely.
Well, it sounds like you've had a lot of support from them, which we can only thank them for. But like you say, you did have to leave Ukraine yourselves, which must have been extremely difficult.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how you managed to leave the country.
Well, when the bombs started at 5 o'clock in the morning on the Thursday, yes it was, Thursday. It was like, it wasn't so much as fear, but confusion. It's like, you could not believe that. You've seen it in films. But you could just not believe. And the explosions were so heavy that it woke my wife up. I was awake.
Kids woke up as well. That's why I woke up, because they woke up.
And kids, they sleep with the door closed on the other side of the flat. And the explosions were on this side, on this side of the flat, and they actually woke up. After a while of bombing, it just calmed down. So we thought that was just maybe they were just flexing muscles, just showing off. We didn't think it was going to continue. And at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we heard the sirens. They started bombing again, and we understood that it was time. We had to pack and go down to the bomb shelter, which is at the bottom of the building. And once we did that, we spent there about 36 hours. But we understood that we couldn't stay there. We were not sure whether the building would take, because some buildings had been hit already very near us. There was another family who had stayed with us in the underground, in the bomb shelter, who had a car, and I asked them for help to take us to the underground, because we had decided to move. We had to leave. And they did, but instead of taking us to the nearest underground, they took us further in to another underground, because buildings had been hit, so we couldn't risk it there. When we got to the underground, we were lucky, and it went smoothly, I must say, smoothly to the train station. But once being in the train station and waiting for the trains to Lviv, there were sirens, there were planes, and like I said, it was as hard as having to hold my family against the wall and just expecting it to explode. Like I was just looking at my wife, and it's like, it's going to blow up, and that's it, I'm going to die here. Sorry, it's a bit hard. But thank God it didn't happen. We got our kids. We started running into the underground, and we took shelter there for a while. After a while, it was a bit clear, so we went out, and we managed to get into a train to Lviv. Then once we're in Lviv, I have to say I hope this student of mine, I hope he sees me, because he saved my life. I had no inhalers. I'm asthmatic, and my inhaler had run out, and this guy did all possible to bring me an inhaler. And he bought it, and he came to the train station, and he bought me an inhaler, and that inhaler saved me. That saved me, because I was able to breathe.
A horrific situation, but also highlights the kindness of some strangers as well.
Incredible, yes.
Natalya, obviously Ukraine is your home, and it must be quite frightening to see what's happening to it right now. How are you feeling about the situation?
How can I feel about the situation? I'm all the time reading the news. Now my friends who were in Kyiv before, they went away from the city, and they went to the parents or to families, but away to the regions where they also have this not bombing, but this hard war situation, but not as bad as in Kyiv and Kharkiv. And now I feel a bit better, because I was very worried about them, that they stay there. And Kyiv and Kharkiv is the hardest they hit now. And my brother is still also in West Ukraine. He stayed there. He managed to make my mother go, because she didn't want, and he made her go and leave to Poland. And now we hopefully expecting that she'll join us here.
Yeah, the government is going to help us.
That's great.
Bring us here.
Excellent. On a somewhat brighter note, Gibraltar looks quite different now, doesn't it? So you haven't actually been back to Gibraltar for 19 years. You've, of course, never been here, Natalya, nor have the kids. So what does Gibraltar look like to you after all that time?
I must say it is beautiful. You know, like especially this ocean village. I do remember when they started constructing it. I was working for a friend of mine, and I was with the trucks around here, but I never saw it finished. Actually, I didn't see a bit. But yeah, it is impressive. It's like I don't know. It feels like it's a little Monaco or something like that. You know, like yeah, it is. It's quite beautiful, honestly.
Anything else that you've seen that you've thought, oh wow, I don't remember this being here the last time I was in Gibraltar? What else stands out to you?
This place along Linewall Road, where the Bastion. I can't remember now.
The leisure centre.
The leisure centre. The leisure centre. Yeah, that looks like a very cool idea. You know, like. Yeah, which we have been invited. My nephew has invited us to go there. Yeah, that's really stands out. And all this new part around here, it's like, yeah, this impression of that's how I can compare it. Even though I've never been to Monaco, but I mean I've seen a lot of it. But it looks this kind of Gibraltar now. Very impressive. Yes.
A lot to explore then.
Yes, a lot to explore.
So Sky, Erik, what do you think of Gibraltar after just getting here? What do you think of the place so far?
Cool.
Cool. Yeah. Cool Gibraltar.
Gibraltar is cool.